Towards the end of the first round, my right hand started landing, and that was kind of the whole key to the fight. Was we were going to take the first round slow, patient, feints, and started finding my range, my right hand.
Tony, how much did the comments from Sean Shelby about you being a boring fighter play into your head when you were trying to go for that finish?
No, honestly, I don't let that stuff bother me. I put so much pressure on myself going into every fight that I just know what I'm really capable of. Now being down in an American top team, I really know what I can do and how hard I push myself. I just knew it's inevitable that I'm going to start getting finishes. I'm going to start knocking people out. And I've come a long way from coming in here and just being a grappler in the UFC in the beginning with zero striking, and now I feel like all these guys are trying to take me down. And my right hand keeps landing, and it finally just set up the perfect right kick behind it. Yeah, I mean, Ryan is a legit top 20 welterweight in the UFC. There's no doubt about that. He was ranked in the top 15. He's beaten guys in the top 15. And nobody's beaten him like I've beaten him, I feel like the first round was a close round. And then second round, I easily won the second round. And third round, I finished. Cowboy Oliveira, he got dominated the first round, and then clipped him in the second. And everyone else he's beaten in close grind-out fights. We saw him weigh in after the fight 191. I weighed 176. I'm not big. I'm coming down in here with just pure skill, and I feel like my technique, when it comes down to just straight technique, I'm going to be able to beat these guys. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it finally just realized, I think at the beginning of my UFC career, my skill set wasn't, very high yet, so I needed that weight advantage. And honestly, I walk around lighter now that I've moved up to welterweight, just because my body chemistry is just like leveled out, not killing myself to make weight, and just the stress of not having to cut all that weight, I'm willing to give up extra weight in the cage. And honestly, if you think about it, if they make a 165-pound weight class, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm going to be the champion of the world.
I saw your speech at the end of the fight. I'm sure a little bit of influence from your teammate Colby Covington, who I know you helped you a lot for this fight.
No, honestly, so the truth is, I first came in the UFC and I acted very humbled, and I am a humble person, but I'm also very confident. And all I do all day is talk shit. It's kind of just me and my girlfriend, the same thing. Me and Kayla, all we do is talk shit to each other all day. And I go to my training sessions, all my teammates are talking shit to me, I'm talking shit. It's just honestly what I am. That's what I've always done. And really, I just wasn't confident enough when I first came in, and so I was this really quiet guy. And really, that's what people thought I was. And now people, act like, oh, you're trying to be like Colby, or you're trying to be like a Connor. And I'm really just going to try to be more who I am, and to really let people know, what I'm really about. And the same thing, this is exactly what I told Ryan, at the media day. I told him, listen, I'm going to knock you out flat on your face. But I told him, at weigh-ins as well, this isn't personal. It's just my timing right now. I'm coming into my prime. And I truly feel like my skill set is above all the rest of these guys. I never cheated, where I feel like 90% of these fighters did before USADA came in, and you can see it. I feel like I'm just coming into my zone. I'm just coming into my element, and it's just, I think it's my time now. You never know what the UFC is going to do. That's just the one thing with them, and all I can do. And it's the same thing. My high school football coach, I grew up, I really love football, and my high school football coach just told me, listen, control what you can control, and don't worry about the stuff that's out of your control. All I can do is go out there, have great performances, call out big names if I want them, call out big fights, and that's all I've ever come into the UFC. I've never ducked a fighter. I've never asked for an easy fight. I've taken 3 short notice fights for the UFC, and I just feel like now's my time. I've earned a big fight. I've earned them to get behind me and give me a chance at, and I feel like I'm just blossoming as a fighter. Some guys like a Connor, they come in and you can just tell like something about their persona. They're just superstars right away. And I just feel like I'm one of those guys that it takes a while. It takes a while for them to build, and now I feel like I'm grown, and it's really my time.
Who's next for you?
Honestly, I think Cerrone versus Mike Perry. I think the winner of that fight, it makes 100% sense. I'm coming out my first knockout. They're both strikers, and I really, if you watch my last few fights, I'm trying to stand and trade with these guys, you know. And obviously, I'm also a world-class grappler. You know, I think that, you know, that's a big name fight at least for me. But you know, other than that, I want someone in the top 15. I just want my respect. You know, I just beat Ryan LaFlare. This guy is a legit world-class fighter, and I put on, I feel like, a great performance and a dominant performance, where he's big, strong wrestler, well-rounded. I mean, I can't see how me taking a fight a step back and fighting anyone else outside of the top 15 or a big name makes any sense.
So when you said that, you think that before you signed up, there were 90%?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Honestly, you know, so before USADA came in, I thought it was about 30%. Then USADA came in, and I'm like, these idiots are all still popping hot. And once it's a coincidence, it's not a coincidence anymore when one guy's saying, oh, it's a contaminated supplement. These are facts. When it's 30 people saying the same damn thing every single time, this is what I told my girlfriend Kayla as well, who she's been tested by USADA since she was 13. I told her, I don't even check my results letter. I already know the results. I don't take anything. I don't do any supplements for a specific reason. I don't need it. I'm going to eat my food. I'm going to train hard, and I'm going to get out there every day and earn what I want, you know? And you can see all these guys' performance dropping off dramatically after USADA's come in. They're jumping weight classes, you know, crazily, just trying to find wins anymore, you know, and they don't look anything. And really, like you know, George said this as well. George St. Pierre, he's like, it changes your thought process as well, because your confidence is lower. You're not training as hard in your training schedule, and just your confidence of doing stuff isn't as high. And really, this sport, if you're not 110% confident that you're going to win the fight, you shouldn't be getting in there, because this is a dangerous game. And really, you know, that's what it is. It's a dangerous, grueling game, but it's so rewarding at the end of the day to put everything on the line.
Coming in, you were saying that you thought this UFC was pitting boring against boring. So the fact that you come in and get your first TKO finish in the UFC, I believe it's your first one, is that extra special? Is that part of the move to welterweight, or were you extra motivated for that? Or?
No, I mean, this is what I'm saying is that, honestly, I think it's just an inevitable part of my evolution as a fighter, that these knockouts are going to start coming, and people are going to be like, everyone thought I was a grappler, they're going to start seeing me knocking people out. And it's just the beginning of my career. But it's not, you know, the boring stuff, really, I don't give a crap. You know, I'm going to go out there and I can't handle what they think. All I can do is go out there and perform. But I'm not going to fight any different, you know, because I know what I'm capable of. I see myself in the gym. My coaches see me in the gym, and they push me, and really, I know what I can do. So I'm going to go out there and just put it on the line every time. And I think, you know, it's going to be enough at the end of the day.
I'd love to get your, what did you say to Rogan when you walked over immediately after chirping something at him? What were you saying?
I told him to tell fucking Cerrone and Mike Perry that they're next. That's what I told them.
Partway through the first round, you really found an opening with that straight up.
Yep.
Is that something that you had planned beforehand, or you came in knowing that you yourself goes about kicks, or is that something that you just saw out?
Every fight's going to be me finding my range with that right hand. So that's honestly by far my best punch is my right hand. And really, I fought my last 4 or 5 fights have all been southpaws. I'm kind of tired of fighting a southpaw as well. So I'd like to fight an orthodox fighter, but no, I fully believe in my right hand. I worked a lot of years on just throwing this right hand as clean and fast and hard as possible. So that's gonna be a game plan for every fight.
That you found an opening for the right hand, you landed it, you dropped it twice with it. Is that what made you think you know the high kick?
Yeah, that's my coach Anderson came over, and we kind of worked. We've been working right hand. He calls it straight right 226. You know, so it's a right hand head kick. So it's kind of his call. And I saw him slip on the outside of my right hand towards the end, and I was like, it's there, and I threw it, and it landed, and I followed up.
Congratulations.
All right, thank you, brother. That it? All right, thank you, guys.